So this is an introductory guide to creating a sales page or a funnel or starting a website. They're all relatively the same. They're all kind of sitting in different areas, but they all are relatively the same type of style and design version. So if you are on the correct payment plan on my account on the SVS system, then when you go to sites, you have the access up here at the top to see funnels and websites. To do funnels, this would be if you are having a visitor maybe come to a site like a sales page and you want them to take a specific next step, such as buying a product, such as scheduling a session. It basically, if they are on the sales page, you give them information about what you're trying to get them to do, and then giving them access to the next step. And then you have a third step that says, thank you for doing whatever that actual step was. So that's why when you're looking at these, they actually have specific steps in here. Websites are actual pages. So when you're looking at a website, so I had just used a template right here. A website is just like you would think of it. It has a home page. It would have a services page, an about page, and all of these other individual pages. So that's the difference between the two. You can create whatever you like, but quite honestly, it just kind of depends on what you're trying to come across as doing. So let's say you want to do a sales page that asks people to register or to set up a complimentary meeting with you, a discovery session or something like that. So you would use that in this funnels section. Now you can create folders like I have so that if you have multiple offers or multiple things that you've built, then you can have folders to kind of nest some of these in here. I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new funnel. And so it brings up this button that says from blank or from templates. So the system has templates that you can use to get yourself started, and then you can go ahead and add your own colors and your own wording and things like that. So you can go into the templates area and click on continue, and then this is where you can actually start looking at things. So say, for example, you are in the health and wellness industry and you want to you want to use one of these. So we're just going to kind of start scrolling down on these and you can start looking around. So there's wellness appointments right here. So I'm going to click on this little eyeball thing right here. And it's going to show me what this looks like. So this would be a place for it to start. And so it would give you all of these design elements, and then you can make the changes with whatever you would like to have. So has a whole bunch of stuff. This actually looks a little bit more like a website than a funnel, but it does have all those pieces. If you like this and you think that you can get started with this particular section, you can click continue. If you don't like it, you can hit the back button up here and you can keep looking for some others. They have, as you might have noted, there are thousands of templates in here, so you can start with anything that you would like and kind of choose what you would like to have for your own page. So I found one here and it's called a personal coaching appointment. So I'm going to take a look and see what this one looks like. And so you would easily be able to update this picture. Has some nice little buttons on here to make life easy, good nutrition, personalized plans, expertise and services. So this one's actually pretty cool. I kind of like this one. So I'm going to click continue and I'm going to have it load. So it's now going to add this template into my account. So these are part of the system. You don't have to pay anything extra for using these particular templates. There are people like my friend Jen who creates templates as well that you can buy on Etsy stores or things like that. But this one is free and you can absolutely use it as a starting spot. So some things to point out on here is there's this app right here, or this URL. So this is what it looks like for right now because we have not attached your domain to it. So it can sit here like this without any problem. Also, you can see up here, there's your menu items up here. So say you want to add elements. So whether you want to add a new section, you want to add a new column in here, you want to start adding, maybe some other things. This is where you would do that, is with this plus button here. So for example, if I hit the plus button, it's going to give me this new area. So sections are these big sections. So sort of like right here, this big gray area that goes all the way across the screen, that is a section. So it's got all of those pieces. And you can actually see as I start moving around, green is a section. Then as I move here, this blue is a row. So you can have multiple, so it kind of nests pieces of the website into these areas. So the blue is a row, and then you go into the purple, and these are columns. Then you would have the orange is the actual element. So those would be the headlines or the lists, the buttons, the videos, the images, things like that. So the orange is the actual element type. So you've got these were highlighted on element, and you can see all of these different pieces in here. So you can bring these over and start doing things with them. So for example, if we took this one and we added the social icons, it is a drag and drop addition. So we're going to grab it, and then this gives us the actual element. So once we pull it over from the left-hand side of the screen, we can start editing things on the right-hand side of the screen. So this is where the details for that particular element comes into play. So if we're looking for these social icons, you can click on the Facebook, and then you can say, yes, I want to keep Facebook. This is where I want you to go, and this is how I want you to open it. So this is your Facebook link. Maybe you don't use X, so you can delete X. So maybe you have all of those. Now you can have icon and text on the display type. You can have just the icons. You can have just the text. You can change the alignment. So you can maybe have it left aligned or right aligned, however you want to do that. You can even change the icon size. So maybe you want them to be a little bit bigger. Maybe you want them to be 75 by 75. So obviously that's too big for this section. So we'll go back to maybe 25 by 25. So that makes them really small. So you can come in here and start making some changes to these things. The other thing that you can do is you go into advanced, and you can start maybe adding some shadows to it. So this is actually looking at the text, what the size, what the text is actually looking like in here. So I maybe want to do Oswald. So you notice that it changed those. Maybe I want to do Playfair. So then that changes as well. You can change the font size, the color. You can add padding to this area. So you can add more white space to these particular areas so that it's a little bit easier to read. So this is how you would go through. The other piece on here is, do you want these to show when you're looking at your mobile version? Because sometimes so mobile optimization is usually the last thing you want to do, because you want to design your page the way that you want it. And then once you have it the way you want for desktop, and you have all of your data and all of your information, then you want to go through and you want to check it for mobile optimization. So you can do that here. You can see what this page looks like on mobile. So you've got here, you're on desktop mode. This is mobile mode. So this is what this page looks like on mobile. So not too bad. They've already got that done. So it's already in place for you. But you notice this doesn't look quite right. So maybe you don't want these in here. So you don't want it to be visible on mobile. So it goes away. So these are some of the things that you can do to update your page. I'm going to take this and put this back on this. So you can start playing with this. Maybe you don't like this entire section. So you can, as long as you're highlighted on the green, you can actually start deleting sections. You can go in here and you can start making text changes. You can do whatever you would like to. So this is a way to get started with all of this. If this is a funnel, you actually don't need this piece, because you're not going to have a menu. It's not a website. It's a funnel. So you wouldn't have that. But these are how you go through and start doing some of these things. So you can start looking at some of these other pages, these things that you've got going on in this actual funnel, in this area, about this page itself, and start getting with the design. Once you have that going, let me know. I'm happy to help you with making sure that we get a domain connected for you, that we get this live for you, that it's looking the way that it's supposed to for people being able to do what they want to do with you on your site. So, we've got this classes area here. Maybe that's not what you want. You want them to book with you. So I'm going to actually I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to delete this section. And I'm going to say, book a session. So this is where having the system have all of this in one place works really well, because now when I click on the add an element, I'm going to look for the calendar. So we've got countdowns, we've got calendar. So here is a calendar that you can actually pull in right here. And now we're going to select your calendar. So if I wanted to do just a regular one of my coffee chats, it would go in right here. It has my calendar here. It has my availabilities right here, and people can start scheduling with me right here from this page. So then I only need to create a thank you page after that. So you can have these pieces come in. So maybe instead of a calendar, which I'm going to leave there, maybe you want to have them do a form. So we're going to hit that plus button, and we're going to scroll up, and we're going to look to see there is a form. So now we're going to go here, and when you see the blue line, this is where it's going to enter that data. And now we're going to select the form. So we're going to do this one. And now the form that I wanted is here specifically. So now when these things come across, this is going to enter, I'm going to start collecting that contact information. Say you have a product set up in your payments area. Say you want to sell something. Maybe you have an ebook that you want to sell for $7. So you can actually add an order form. And you don't have to do this here. It can be so maybe we want to do it. So I'm going to do it here in this testimonial area so you can see how it looks in the columns. So if we add a new element and I scroll down and we did let's move this up. There we go. So if we did a order form, so a two-step order form is they have to enter their data, and then the system will, once they enter their data, then the information will go over and, the two-step order form is they have to enter their data first, and then they can purchase the item. And they can see the card and purchase the item. The one-step order form is it's just all together. So if we move a one-step order form over into a two-column area, you can see it fits into the little two-column. You can see that it asks for their information. It has whatever product you would have attached here, and I can help you with that. And then it would be this, you could complete the order form right here, so you could start being paid for whatever product you would have in this area. So you can do all of these different little pieces, like here's a frequently asked questions. There's all kinds of different stuff here. Now, as you're building this, you want to make sure that you save this. Now, saving it does not mean that it's being published. That's two reasons here. One, we don't have you live on your own domain. So this is just kind of a temporary domain so that you can see how things look in the process of building them. So once you save it, this is like saying, okay, yes, I want you to save my changes, but I'm not ready for this to go live yet. I don't want it to be published yet. So if we have your domain connected to this area, that's great. It can still sit here and just be saved. Until you hit publish, it won't actually publish out to a particular domain, whether it's this temporary one here or your domain that we have connected to the system. So you can also see how this is going to look on an actual desktop or on the mobile. So you can click on this eyeball. It's automatically going to give you this area here. This is your SEO data. So this is the stuff that you want to enter. And I suggest using ChatGPT or some sort of an AI to help you with the, because there's a character limit and you want to make sure that it's optimized for keywords. So putting that information in there, because that's basically that SEO data is basically what's going to show up on Google and Bing and those types of web crawler type things. So right now we're looking at the preview. So this is kind of some of the things that we were doing. It didn't pull over the social, so that's perfectly fine. And so it didn't actually, if you notice, none of my changes actually came across. And the reason that they didn't come across is because I didn't hit the publish button. So now if I publish this, and I don't want it to do that, and let's see if it takes my changes now. Yep, so there is the social that we did. There is the book a session and the calendar and the form and the order form. So now you can see that these have been sent through, and you can see all of these individual pieces. So this is the beginning steps for starting to design a sales page or a bit of a website or a bit of a funnel. Once you get to the point where you have a page the way you like it, or maybe you're having a little bit of problems with it, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you with that. And I would be happy to help you get it launched and set up for you. So hope that helps, and reach out if you have any questions.